Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome to today's explainer, where we're going to look at what is, honestly, a massive paradigm shift in how we developers actually work. Whether you're just stepping into the world of software development today, or maybe you've been grinding away at a keyboard for a few years now, I really need you to listen closely to this one, because we are at an absolute inflection point. The traditional ways we used to build software, they're being entirely rewritten right now. And as your mentor through this material today, my whole goal is to show you exactly how to adapt. We're going to break down the specific workflow that's separating average developers from the absolute top-tier engineers in the field. It's a system built around Cursor AI, and understanding this workflow isn't just some neat little trick, it's an absolute survival requirement for the modern developer.
Stop coding. I mean it, or at least stop coding like it's 2024. Think of this as a bit of tough love, a serious wake-up call for anyone still operating under the old rules. Look, as a junior developer, you might think your main job is to just memorize syntax and furiously type out boilerplate logic, line by line by line. But here's the reality. Coding by hand in that traditional sense is becoming completely dead. It's wildly inefficient. The industry is just moving way too fast, and if you're still manually drafting every single function yourself, you're operating at a massive, massive disadvantage.
I really want you to absorb this quote directly from our source material. It says, "If you are still writing every single line of code by hand in VS Code, you are losing hours of your life." Ouch, right? Look, we all love standard manual environments like VS Code. They were the absolute backbone of development for years. But relying solely on them to hand-type your logic today, it's just a huge drain on your personal time. When you're stuck fighting with syntax, hunting down missing semicolons, or manually building out standard React components from scratch, you're burning hours. Hours that you could be using to actually solve high-level logical problems. Bottom line, you're losing your most valuable resource, which is your time.
Now, what's really interesting about this next part is the mindset shift. Section 1, Typers versus Architects. So this requires a pretty fundamental shift in how you see yourself. You're no longer just a translator who takes English requirements and turns them into machine code. The very best developers out there have evolved. We're seeing this hard split right now between what the source calls typers and architects. Now, typers are the folks who manually scour documentation, copy and paste code snippets from forums, and basically spend half their day just trying to get the formatting right. Architects, on the other hand, use Cursor AI. They don't type, they orchestrate. They understand the big picture, they know the end goal, and they use AI to rapidly generate that underlying structure. As an architect, your job is to guide the AI, review what it spits out, and make sure the whole system functions cohesively rather than, laying every single brick yourself.
Which brings us to the actual mechanics of it all. Section 2, the modern AI workflow.
Let's move from theory into your actual daily application. If you're taking notes, grab your pen because this is your new daily routine. Step 1, you simply press Command+K in the Cursor AI environment. Boom, that opens your direct line to the AI. Step 2, you tell the AI exactly what feature you want, just in plain English. Step 3, you review the generated code and hit Control+Enter to accept all the changes instantly. Seriously, instead of spending 20 minutes manually writing out a back-end route or a front-end component, you execute these simple keystrokes and just watch as the AI rewrites your entire code base in seconds. It's fluid, it's immediate, and it completely removes the friction between having an idea in your head and seeing it actually implemented in your code.
Now, let's talk about proactive problem solving. Section 3, catch bugs before compiling.
This isn't just about writing code faster, okay? It's about shifting your entire workflow to be proactive. We really want to get away from that traditional nightmare. You know, the one where you run a build, wait around, see a giant wall of red text, and then spend hours fighting post-compilation errors. Well, Cursor AI doesn't just guess. It actually reads your entire local repository. It has the full context of your project. Because of that, it highlights and fixes bugs before you even spin up the local server. Just imagine how much frustration that eliminates. And it can do this because it integrates directly with state-of-the-art large language models, specifically Claude 3.5 Sonnet. So you literally have one of the most advanced reasoning engines on the planet looking over your shoulder, understanding how your specific files connect, and catching your mistakes before they ever reach the compiler.
And this brilliantly illustrates our next point, Section 4, 10 times faster output.
Let's talk about the hard results that actually prove the value of this workflow. Our source material shares an incredible yet honestly, incredibly common anecdote about this exact efficiency gain. The author used this cursor AI workflow to spin up an entire full-stack automation tool. Under the old timeline, manually hand-coding every element, that project used to take 2 full days of work. With the new timeline, acting as an architect rather than a typer, it took less than 1 hour. Let that sink in for a second. From 2 full days to less than 1 hour. That is the kind of massive leverage we're talking about here.
Let's anchor this to a hard numerical metric. 10. You're looking at a workflow that makes you literally 10 times faster. And no, this isn't just marketing fluff. It's a structural reality of offloading your syntax generation to an AI that operates in milliseconds. When you reduce a 48-hour task down to less than 60 minutes, you are multiplying your output, your value to a team, and your own creative potential by a factor of 10. It's a total game changer.
I want to leave you with this final mandate directly from the source text. Stop fighting syntax and start building. As your guide through this today, I am practically begging you to adopt this mentality immediately. Every single minute you spend fighting a missing bracket or trying to remember the exact syntax for some generic API call, well, that's a minute you aren't actually building software. Your true value as a developer lies in the logic, the user experience, and the architecture of the solutions you're creating. Trust me, the AI can handle the syntax.
So, I'll leave you with this one question to think about. Are you going to keep losing hours of your life manually typing out boilerplate code? Or are you finally ready to step up, take control of these modern tools, and start architecting? The paradigm has already shifted, my friends. The tools are right there, waiting for you. It's time to adapt your workflow, leave the typing behind, and start building the future 10 times faster.